Welcome to the No Breaks Network, your home for education and entertainment, righteousness and ratchetness, where we are never content with just content. No breaks.
JB, what's the name of the podcast?
It's a pod named Kickback. A pod named Kickback. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You say the whole thing.
This is a little bit different than just a pod named Kickback. But thank you, JB, for that beautiful introduction. Love you, bro. Miss you. Think about you every goddamn day. This is Kickback Sports. This is an idea I've been kicking around for a year. So my boy Jay Lew, like, Jay Lew, we got to get back to the sports because on the pod named Kickback, we doing the politics and the pop culture and the music and the sex and all the other craziness. I was like, no, we got to get back to the sports. And I said, Jay Lew, this is what we're going to do. We're gonna figure out something. We're going to get back to the sports. We're going to put it together. He said, all right, cool. I'm with you. I got you. Because me and Jay Lew would be in the office or on the phone just arguing about sports, or not even arguing, just having conversations. We doing our prime space. Who you pick? I got this person. Who you got? I got this person. And when I thought about doing it, I always, as y'all know, I always wanted to have, to me, I get a kick out of beautiful women talking about things you wouldn't think they know. I loved having porn stars on the old pod talking about politics. I loved having models talking about rap music or sports or whatever and all these different things. And I loved having like JB, who's the self-professed gangster geek, the nerd with attitude. I loved having him talking about, what I think Tupac might if he would have fought Biggie. I love that shit. I love seeing that. You know what I'm saying? Because people ask you questions where they think your expertise is all the time. And you can't really get to know a person that way. And so when I thought about doing a sports podcast, I was like, I got to have a woman on here that everybody is all in love with. She's so beautiful, and you think she don't know nothing. Once she got more degrees than half y'all motherfuckers anyway. So let's clear that up right now. I'm very educated. But also, this is my nigga. I talk sports with KD probably as much as I do all my niggas. We done sat and watched the goddamn, what's the Michael Jordan documentary called? The Last Dance. We sat down and literally broke down them in every episode, like, okay, well, this happened and this is when I remember Isaiah did this, did that. And then we talking sports. She's a Ravens fan. We all know I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm from DC. So I have much as I don't want to accept it, I have a Commanders connection. That's where I grew up. And I have a Ravens connection. So we talking sports and we breaking it down. And I'm just like, she will be perfect. And I asked her maybe a year ago, me and J. Lou first decided to do it. And she's like, I don't do podcasts. And I'm like, okay. I don't do podcasts. You know how ladies are. I don't want my voice on the air. I don't want to do this. I don't do that. And I was like, all right, cool. So I texted her recently and said, the first thing I said, what was the first thing I said, KD?
Don't say no.
Don't say no. I started with don't say no. And then I went into my pitch. And I just sat and waited.
And
she said, okay. Right. I was like, I hear J. Lew immediately. J. Lew, we got her. We got her. It's on now. It's on now. Because I love talking sports. It's one of my favorite things. When I was a kid, I tell everybody, I wanted to be a civil rights leader or a rapper or a sports commentator. Now, none of those really take a degree. That's all some wild stuff to want to be, but I was never a normal kid. So with the podcast on a pod named Kickback, I get to do my rapper stuff. I get to judge music. I get to critique music. I get to play my songs. And I get to speak on politics and political issues that affect our people. But the sports was always drowned out. And I think this is the perfect opportunity to have it not drowned out. And before I go any further, y'all know J. Lew a little bit. So I'm going to let J. Lew wait a quick second because y'all seen him on the podcast the last couple years. He was there holding me down when nobody was there. But I want to introduce you to the first lady of the Kickback Sports Podcast, Miss KD. KD, tell the people a little bit about you, whatever you want them to know, and then let them know your fandom.
Fandom. It's a fandom. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, everybody know I'm a
The
big
Ravens, the
Ravens
Wizards, the Kobe.
fan. So, I'm a big Ravens fan. I don't take no Ravens disrespect. J. Lew, talking to you. So,
every
so
nobody can
I'm
be
born and
perfect.
raised. Born and raised.
Nobody can
You
be
know,
perfect. It's
I'm
okay.
a Baltimore girl, so that's all I know. I'm a super Kobe stan, and that's probably as far as it goes. Like, I like a couple people like KD. Like, I'm a real big KD fan. Kawhi Leonard, love Kawhi. Aaron Rodgers, he ain't doing so good right now, but that's my favorite quarterback. So, hey, it is what it is. Can't nobody take away from what he's done, but he should retire now. And yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. I guess in my last life, I probably was a sports analyst or something like that. Um, I talk about sports all day, every day, because what else I'm gonna talk about, So that's where we at.
Boom. And I thought, as you can see, the perfect addition, the perfect third leg of this podcast. Pause. But J. Lew, now they know you from the pod, but let's
Gotta run
talk
back.
about give them a little more background in case we got some brand new people tuned in. They don't know nothing.
Well, from the area, from DC, Steelers fan, football, all the Washington DC sports for all the for everything else. What I got sports related. Jordan's my number one, so that's probably everybody, argument. Jordan's my number one. Uh what else I got? Favorite player in the league right now? Anybody Steelers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, anybody Steelers.
Oh, including what's our backup quarterback name?
All of them. Justin
All
Fields.
of
Yeah,
Justin
Justin
Fields
Fields.
too.
Yeah.
Even Pickens, crazy ass Pickens, him
Oh
too.
yeah, most definitely. He great. He great. He's great.
All right.
All right. Now, the way we're going to do each episode is we're going to speak on our biggest takeaways from the NFL. Then we're going to speak on our biggest takeaways from the NBA. And then we have a special top 5 list. It'll change every week. It might be the top 5 point guards, the top 5 WNBA players, the top 5 head coaches in college. It might be the top 5 3-point shooters of all time. You'll find out when you find out. But there'll always be a top 5. And then we'll go into what we're looking forward to in the NFL next week, whether it's a game or a stat being broken. And then we'll talk about what we're looking for in the NBA. Same thing, whether it's a game or a stat or whatever it may be. And then we might give you some fantasy football, basketball, or some prize picks. Might throw that in there somewhere in the mix. So as we start off right now on our inaugural episode, KD, I'm gonna throw it to you. I'm gonna put you on the spot first, because should I do that? Because she the podcast rookie.
Yeah,
Listen,
Put her on the
put
spot.
on the spot. Okay,
Yeah,
boom.
yeah.
Y'all
Okay. Let's jump right into it. So, KD, what was your biggest takeaway from the NFL this past week? Now, we had a lot of big games. We had a little bit of history that was made, and we had some.
I didn't watch all the games like I was supposed to, like I usually do, because life be lifing. But like I could start with the game yesterday and just because I know we're gonna talk about the MVP. And the one
Do we
thing I
have
want to,
to?
huh?
Do we
Yeah,
have to start with
we
yesterday's
got
game?
we got to. You used to this. Y'all been trash all year. But anyway, this is what I'm saying. So what I want to say is, we talk about the MVP race, and I'm a Ravens fan. Y'all know I'm not supposed to like even Joe Burrow or anything Cincinnati, right? But Joe Burrow, if he was winning some games, he might be a top candidate for MVP.
Yeah.
Just based on his numbers and stuff. And Jamar Chase, breaking records. What was it? Dion record, or was it who was it?
Was it?
Randy
Yeah.
Moss. Randy Moss.
Randy Moss, yeah. Randy Moss.
Yeah. So that's like a big deal because he hasn't been playing that long. So we all know his future is bright. I'll take him at the Ravens anytime he wants to come. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
He on my fantasy team helping me kick ass. So
Listen,
yeah.
he on everybody's fantasy team almost. So y'all good. You
Oh,
know he
whoa,
going.
pause.
What? Why you say pause? Because
Now
I
go
say
ahead.
y'all everybody.
You're my fantasy team. That just sounds a little extra. I'm like,
You
whoa,
know,
wait a minute.
you know what he said. He always open, and yeah, he do be most of the time. So we'll see how that works.
Yeah.
But the Vikings, they're doing pretty well, but I don't really know any Vikings fans, so we'll see. We all know Jefferson, that boy, right? Him and Chase. What else can I say? Russell is balling. I would definitely put Russell in the MVP conversation. To be
We're
honest,
gonna talk about that because I got. I'm not gonna say it now, but we're gonna talk about that. I disagree, but we'll talk about it later.
That's cool. And you know, Tomlin is Tomlin as much as look, I'm talking about everybody in my division. I hate y'all, but I gotta respect it.
Come
So
on,
it's cool.
you know
It
you
don't
don't.
sound like hate.
You know you don't. They always
Huh?
say that, no. They
It sounds like
always say that.
confused admiration.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what it is.
but when you're a real fan, like just a fan, you know what I'm saying, of sports. Like even back in the day, Palomalu, like Ravens fans respected Palomalu and Hines Ward and all the other stuff. So and they respected Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and all that. So you know,
I feel you because Gerald Green is one of my favorite players of all time, and I hated it. But I was in DC. I watched him be amazing. Yeah, like what I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do? Dexter Manley. I watched him be back in the day back in our day, KD, you're not as old as us. Back in our day, we only got like 2-3 games a week. So it wasn't like we could watch all the football games on our little antenna TVs.
Right.
So I just, I only could really watch the Commanders / Redskins. So I knew more about them than I knew about my own team.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel you.
Yeah. So I think Commanders had a bye this week too, right? Just like us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so I know they've been winning. Jaden probably rookie of the year, right? So that's dope. I mean, they ain't really beat no hard teams, but I be messing with the Commander Skins fans. That's what I call them. So
I call them salamanders.
See, it is what it is. Whatever they take it. But I think the biggest takeaway is the Chiefs cheating again.
Get
the win at the end. So
leave them people alone.
But it's true. Y'all gotta play them soon. They probably cheat y'all.
Yeah, they gotta play us. It's different when you a Steeler though. They gotta play us.
Andy Reid can outcoach every other coach.
He can't.
I think for Tomlin.
They don't have. I don't think they had a personnel to do it. But back in the day, they would kill us. We don't have a second.
I don't know. It's gonna be a good game. I think that might be like the game of the week when y'all play them. So we'll see.
Yeah,
for sure. They got a game of the week coming up next week. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
You want alley oop with your J. Lou?
My takeaway. You know what? When we was doing prep, KD had mentioned like when you had mentioned Donald for MVP. I think that was one of my big takeaways because 5 touchdowns yesterday, 10 wins. I think that type of jump.
Yards. I told you, KD.
Yeah, that type of jump. I think I'm leaning toward. I think I'm leaning with you, where he definitely be in the top 5. I think the other takeaway is, I think Josh Allen probably is the lead in the clubhouse for the MVP. But also like the Rams, I think now that they healthy, I think they like a sneaky pick in the NFC. I think everybody just kind of leaning like, hey, is Detroit or nothing? I think when you got a quarterback like Stafford with those 2 receivers and that play caller, I think that's something that can kind of be dangerous. If they can sneak their way in, I think they'd be a tough out in the NFC. So I think those are my big takeaways from this last week, just because I don't think it was no like too many crazy games this week. Like I think the Buffalo and the Rams game was great. Like Donald separated itself. Like whenever you throw 5 touchdowns in a game, that's ridiculous. You jump up. You jump up the list. You know what I'm saying, as far as the MVP. So I think those are things that stood out this week. Obviously we get to next week, but I think we got some it's some big games coming up next week.
Oh yeah, and I just tell you, I called and I told you Sam Donald Sunday morning. I was like, hey man, I'm just watching him.
You did.
And then he was like, he heard me. He was like, I got your back, dude. KD don't believe you.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say K-Lou. K-Lou don't believe you. KD and J-Lou. But he, I got your back. And so that was it wasn't necessarily a takeaway for me because that's how I felt. But I still was like, oh, thank you for validating me. But my takeaway go directly against what KD just said. I reluctantly, because I have been calling foul all year, I am going to reluctantly just go, you know what? I can't hate no more. The Chiefs have a formula. This ain't luck. This ain't luck. They have a formula. We just gonna stick around and win at the end, and we'll probably do better in the playoffs. That's the only thing I'm not convinced of. This kind of play can serve you in the playoffs, or it can burn you in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But as far as the regular season, they got a formula, man. This is ridiculous. They kicking field goals off the goal post. They blocking punts and field goals at the last second. They scoring last minute. Man, I'm like, what are y'all doing? How is this possible?
Andy Reid is a good coach. He outcoached all the coaches in the NFL.
You know what it is? You lose more games than you win in the NFL. And when you know what I'm saying,
unless you're Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, nah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Andy Reid.
Yeah, they've been in it so much they don't lose games. Like they don't do, shit like y'all did last night. Touch a point. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just
we was gonna skip past this, Jalen.
Nah, because that's winning and losing though. Y'all, that was a game y'all was supposed to win. And
why don't you just give me a paper cut and just pour lemon juice in it? Just do that. Just do that.
Yeah, so now I think they've been in the fire, so they don't make those mistakes. I think they got a lot of stuff that they got to fix. If they want to, in the playoffs. But like, look, if you don't make mistakes and you let somebody else make it, hey, you got a chance to win it.
That's a winning formula.
Hey man.
And Mahomes ain't out of the MVP. He not my number one or two or three. He not out of it.
Nah, he
got number 8, number 9. He out of it.
We gonna get to that, but I'm gonna tell you why he not.
He out of it.
Let's switch defense. Let's switch lanes a little bit and go back to the NBA. Now, KD, the NBA is just starting to cook. The NBA Cup is just going. What are your thoughts on what was your biggest takeaway last week or this past week from the NBA?
The big game for me was the Warriors game when Draymond hit the aggressive night. So that was the biggest thing for me because they needed them wins. I'm a big Warriors fan too. I love myself. I don't feel like Draymond ever be wrong. So that's why.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute.
It is what it is. He got a little bit of he just misunderstood a little bit. That's all. But I think that was good. But the Lakers, they still kind of struggling a little bit. So it's a lot of like, oh, is LeBron slowing down type of thing. And y'all all know, if y'all know me, I don't like LeBron. So it's a good conversation here.
She a Kobe stan. Is Kobe enough? When LeBron came to LA, she didn't even want him there. I was like, how you feel? LeBron there.
Same year I moved to LA. The same year.
How do you deal with that? Like being
deal with what? I ain't like that since before he was in the league. It's been almost 20 years.
Not liking LeBron. Are you a Laker fan though, right?
I'm a Laker fan, but I don't cheer for them while he there.
Oh,
she boycott. She go for Jordan Poole.
KD, you so
I'm a
Baltimore.
Kobe fan. I'm a Kobe fan first. I know. I'm so Baltimore.
That's so Baltimore. That's so Baltimore. I'm telling you, run. Look, I'm from DC. Run, Baltimore. Hey man.
Well, another thing, Luka back. I think they won what? They won. I think they on like a 7-game win streak or something like that. Yeah. So Luka. I don't know what my boy Klay Thompson over there doing. I haven't really been watching a lot of the NBA games, so it's still a little too early for that because football season still
in the swing.
Let me see what he did for me on Prize Picks so far tonight. Cool. He got me. I'm looking real green.
All right.
Real green because of Klay Thompson.
So they just got a good solid core. Like I like Luka. I'm a big Kyrie fan.
Yeah,
Clay was like one of my favorites at Golden State, so I like them together. I think
yeah,
it's coming together now, so
yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, a little more, few things to figure out, but they got all the talent in the world.
Just a little bit
Yeah,
more. Yeah.
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 J. Lou, what was your biggest takeaway from the NBA this past week?
The NBA kind of like, normally the NBA kind of really kick up after Christmas. The Christmas
Right.
game is like, what I'm saying? Like the Christmas game is like the games that like, all right, now we for real. I think the
And
cup,
that's why they doing the NBA Cup is on right now as we're doing the show. So that's
yeah,
why they put that in there to kind of speed it up. It ain't do it for you.
nah, it's a little bit though. It's a little bit more competitive, but it's a little bit iffy. Like to me, like the big takeaways is how weak the East is right now.
Weak.
It's like Boston and nobody else. Like I thought that
Yeah.
I thought
That's it.
Philly would be so much better than this.
Oh
I
man,
thought,
they just
Why?
disappointed.
Why
huh?
did you think that?
Paul
I was
George,
ba- I was
Jamal Embiid, Tyrese Maxey,
I was
and then
I
their
was banking
rookie averaged like 20 points.
I was banking
And
on their
B
health.
and B always hurt. And so is
Yeah,
PG. Why did you think that was gonna change because he moved to the East Coast?
I was banking on them being a little bit healthier because they can kind of lean on each
When
other a
they
little bit.
healthy, they the shit. But if you not healthy, you can't be the shit because you
See,
ain't
and
playing.
I was thinking
That's
like,
the
all
point.
right, PG and MB kind of take turns, but Maxi was going to take that next step. When he got hurt, that really kind of like really messed him up. Milwaukee kind of coming along, so I want to see how they progress to see if they take it to the next level. My big takeaways in the West is I like Golden State kind of seeing if they can kind of piece it together. If they're gonna grab another star to kind of try to push it for
Come get Kuzma.
push it for step. Yeah, and look, anybody,
Nah.
we get y'all anybody from the Wizards. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all, whatever assets y'all want, we good. So it's still kind of early for me. Trying to wait for everybody to kind of see health wise who gonna be in the show. But for me now, it's Boston in the East and everybody else.
That's it.
And then yeah, and in the West, kind of seeing what team gonna make that move? Is Lakers gonna be able to make a move? Is Golden State gonna be able to make a move? The young guys, is OKC gonna be able to take that next step? Is Sacramento gonna be able to take that next step? So I think there's a lot more storylines in the West. So kind of interested to see how they take it. Who gonna step up? In
Mhm.
the East, kind of seeing like is it gonna be any type of competition? Is people gonna get healthy enough to get in there?
Okay. Solid, solid. I'm gonna tell you my biggest takeaway, I guess, of the week has been the C's. I said the Chiefs in the NFL, and I'm gonna say the Celtics in the NBA. Kind of to Jay Lou's point, there's nobody really challenging the Celtics. I
Yeah.
don't I don't feel anybody on the West. I don't feel anybody on the East. The only team that I'm like, this could get interesting, but I don't fear them, is another C. The C nobody's talking about. The
Charlotte.
Cavaliers.
Oh well. Mm.
The Cavaliers. I mean, they got the
Yeah.
best record in the league
How
right
you
now.
do you believe
They're
it though?
21-4.
You
I don't
believe it?
believe it yet.
I'm not
Not in the
sure.
playoffs.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
To me, I talked about the C's, the Chiefs, the Celtics, and the Cavaliers. I got another C for you. Cinderella. We're gonna see if the slipper fall off. We're gonna see if that slipper fall off them. But they got the best record in the league, man. And I mean, 50% of their losses came to the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, they
So
are
if
playing a
they out
lot
there
better.
in the
Yeah,
Hawks no more, they might just go crazy.
they did
Yep.
switch the coach. So you know what I'm saying. So I like the changes that they made from last
Yeah.
year. Their offense is a lot better. It's just I don't trust Garland the way
Nope.
that I thought I would. Like
It's
two
But
like
I
years
trust
ago,
Mitchell though. I trust
huh?
Mitchell.
it can't
Yeah,
just
but
be him. He need his
he not
wingman.
he not enough. Like he a 6'4", 6'5" guard. Like if it's just him, he got to be 6'7", 6'8". Like I think he needs that other person. And the bigs is not consistent unless Mobley take a crazy step, which I think he had the skill set to do. But
Mhm.
I don't see the aggression. You see the aggression, KD? I don't really see like him like
No,
all
that's
right, like give me the ball.
they
Let me get busy.
they pure and they like solid and they skillful. But other than Mitchell, Mitchell is the only one I see just going gung ho on that shit.
Yeah,
Like he
he
did
got a dog.
in the
Yeah.
playoffs when they was all injured and shit. He did it himself, and he gave Boston hell. Like,
Yeah.
but we knew he wasn't gonna beat them. I think if they stay solid and they stay consistent, yes. But I haven't seen that in them, so I don't know.
Yeah, Garland.
Mobley
If Garland don't take the step, that's it. He has to take a crazy step.
I think he's done it so far. This is what I'll say. They doing it right now. Garland and Mobley. Garland is averaging 20 points a game right now, 6.5 assists. Mobley's averaging 18 and 9. Like they're doing it. Jared Allen averaging 13 and 10. Now,
right now.
Look at Garland against the Celtics, though. Did you see that? Like I watched this, and I watched when they played the Celtics, and he disappeared the same way he did in the playoffs.
He didn't disappear. He was kidnapped. The Celtics got these two guys on their team called Derek White and what's my Drew Holiday. People don't disappear. But if you go against the Celtics and you don't show up, you were kidnapped, my guy.
That's the problem. That's why we
that's
see them being contenders again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you're not a dog then.
Well, I told you. To me, the Celtics. It's the Celtics. When the minute they traded for Kristaps Porzingis, I see it's going to be the Celtics and the Suns in the finals. Now I was wrong about the Suns. I think I went with the Suns because they had KD.
We always wrong about
that KD was this KD. It's two different KDs. Our KD is not their KD. You know, I was wrong. But I'm telling you, the Celtics. I think they're gonna repeat. And
as of right now, yes, because you got to look at the West.
Who gonna beat them?
Joker, them ain't the same Joker team.
Unless Clay really come to play, you can give Dallas a shot. But I don't see nobody beating Boston.
I love my nigga Clay, but he ain't consistent enough.
And I might be a little biased. I just don't like.
I don't like the Celtics. I'm a Lakers fan, but it is what it is.
I don't like the Celtics.
They get too trigger happy shooting threes to me.
So.
And they lead the league in making them. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
if anybody can get trigger happy, it should be them.
It should be them.
If Giannis didn't get hurt last year, I think that series would have went different.
No, I still think they would have beat Giannis though. But I do feel like Giannis would have been in the finals. But this is the thing that you have to think about. It wasn't the Porzingis trade that did it for me. It was Drew Holiday going over there. That was it.
Yeah.
I like that. I love that move. And I give that move a lot of credit. The only reason I give the Porzingis move this much more credit over that is because they had Marcus Smart before Drew Holiday. Those are the two best defensive guards in the league. So they already had a Drew Holiday prototype. So I don't think Drew Holiday's what got them over the top. It was KP hitting them threes.
He didn't, but he was sold. But I was sold on that. Like Kyrie and Luka went and didn't even look the same. So even when Porzingis was still hurt. So
that's a fact. You're right.
That's the X factor, and then you got White. White is an X factor too, and is a little bit more consistent than Drew.
Yeah,
and can be if Jalen is out, and if we all know Mr. Inconsistency himself, Jason Tatum. He the shit, but he's inconsistent. But if he's inconsistent, White can step up.
Yeah,
I've seen it. So right now, I don't have nobody in the West, even though Golden State making this run. It's right now, though. It's not going to last.
Yeah, I agree. And we can't forget about Peyton Pritchard off of Boston bench.
Exactly.
Dude is going to read. Like, I don't know what his problem is. Like, did somebody disrespect his mother or something? Because when the Cavs, the last game the Cavs played the Celtics, that the Cavs beat the Celtics on December 1st, he had 24 points off the bench.
That's what I like, though. Yeah. Like they shoot the rock though.
Yeah,
they like look, we're gonna live and die with it, and
my record's gonna be better anyway, so it don't matter.
And they got the talent to live and die. See, everybody, the Wizards can't live and die by the three. Yeah. The Lakers can't live and die by the three.
They got 7 motherfuckers that can make a three.
Yeah, literally
8. Al Horford. Put him in the mix.
Oh, Horford too.
Yeah, who just because I got the starting five, Horford and
Pritchard and
what's the
let me
other white
see.
boy name? Hauser or something like that. He
Yeah,
hit
Hauser and
Hauser.
that. Yeah,
he can hit it too.
yeah. Like, they got like it's like some. They
Yeah,
got
and
they got shooters
Peterson.
all over the place.
And I'm not even that
Imagine
familiar
just
with Peterson, but Peterson made 2 of 5 against the Cavs. So
They
I mean,
They
Yeah,
just
I like the way.
team.
Yeah, I think after Christmas is gonna really pick up. We got to hit a couple Atlanta games too. But yeah,
yeah, we
we
do. We missed
yeah.
the 2 Wizard games, but we'll
Wait,
go see LeBron on his go away tour. We'll go check out Luka or somebody. We'll go see somebody. We get Katie out here. We'll drag her to a LeBron game, even though she don't want to see
yeah,
him.
come on to the A.
I've seen LeBron play a couple times.
Okay,
In DC.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
haven't
Katie,
seen him as a Laker though.
she in the A at least once a year or something like that.
Sometimes I haven't been there in a while, but sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the top 5. Now, this is where shit gets real.
What you
Like I
got?
said, it could be the top 5 cheerleaders. It could be the top 5 towel boys. It could be the top 5 game announcers. This week, it's going to be the top 5 NFL MVPs. And we talked about this, and we thought about this, and I thought about how to do it. And just because KD said something I didn't like, I'm going to give y'all my top 5. And I'm gonna let y'all break it down how y'all want to break it. So I'm gonna start you at 5. So we do. I got Mahomes at number 5. Does anybody have a problem with that? Speak now, forever hold your peace. KD, what's wrong with Mahomes at number 5?
Okay, he's like 10, nigga, and falling off the list.
His stats don't say that. For all the
his
crappy
defense been winning them games along with Andy Reid and them refs. I would never put him on that.
Now he's still at 32.
Interceptions too.
He's still at 3,200 yards, matching Donald, Lamar, Josh.
How many yards?
3,200.
Yeah, that's true.
He's still at 23 touchdowns.
How many
matching
picks?
everybody else on the MVP list?
How many picks?
But is he winning the game for them, or is it the defense?
Well, they're 85-1, so they're winning something.
They're 85-1.
And he's got probably double everybody's interceptions. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Yeah.
He's at 10. I think everybody else is like 3, 5, 7. Damn, Lamar only at 2. So that's that. He had 3. He had 3. So I got Mahomes at number 5.
Okay.
And you both disagree?
Yes. Because if you talk about interceptions, you could put Herbert on there. I think he
got the yards or the touchdowns.
I just want to separate myself from KD. Now look, KD's a little sensitive. Mahomes.
Of course.
Lamar ain't beat Mahomes since he was born, so it's a little sensitive.
We beat him one time in the regular season.
Yeah, it was. When was that?
A couple years ago.
Long time ago. Long time ago.
It wasn't preseason. Josh Allen and Lamar only beat him in regular season. They can't beat him no timeout. So.
But nah, I just don't think he got the numbers. And like I said, I don't think he put enough points to turn.
Do you want me to compare his numbers to Josh Allen's?
No.
I did it earlier today.
His numbers are good.
He got the numbers.
He do got the
numbers. It doesn't feel like it. Mahomes, it don't feel like it. I looked the numbers up today. His numbers are right there with everybody. And I know it don't seem like it, but I didn't pick him for no reason. So I'm gonna tell y'all his stats right now. So Patrick Mahomes, his stats for the season. He is 3,189 yards, 20 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. QBR 64. Now, we want to talk about Josh Allen, or you want to go with Herbert? Because Herbert ain't in my nothing. He's been a disappointment this season to me. Herbert is at 2,700 yards, 14 touchdowns, only 14 and 1 pick.
Last season they didn't even make it to the fucking playoffs. So that's
remember how you gave Patrick Mahomes defense credit for that? I give their head coach Harbaugh credit for that. His QBR is only 57.
That's cool.
Patrick Mahomes'
Jim
QBR
is
is
a
like
great
8 points higher. Now let's look at just for shits and giggles. Let's go to the extreme. Now I do know that Josh Allen has better stats than Pat, but let's give you who the QB front runner is and his stats. I'm telling you, it's not what you think. Here we go, Bills. So with Josh Allen, who was the front runner to win MVP this year from the quarterback position, at least. Let's go and see. We have Josh Allen at 3,000 yards, less yardage than Patrick Mahomes, 23 touchdowns, I think one more touchdown, 5 interceptions, which is half of Patrick Mahomes' interceptions. This is the number one guy, but Patrick Mahomes has a better record. Now, Josh Allen has a much better QBR at 76. And remember, I'm not saying Mahomes should be number 1.
Okay.
I'm saying Mahomes should be number 5.
All right. We get
His numbers are damn near comparable to Josh Allen's.
Let's get
number 6.
Okay. Get your top. Get your other 4 then.
All right, and here go my other 4, and all this is going to piss Katie off, so she might want to cut her. This. I don't know what she want to do. Number 4, Sam.
It ain't gonna piss me off.
Okay. I said that this morning or yesterday. You weren't feeling me.
I was like,
Now, I think Sam Darnold's numbers speak for themselves. I think Sunday he may have risen even higher. I wasn't that impressed by Sunday because of where I already had him. Up. And now this one, all right, now I'm about to get some friendship points now. I'm about to win KD back right now. Because regardless of, they have an extra loss or 2, but this guy only got 3 interceptions and been balling out. I got Lamar my number 3.
I think you're wrong about that. So
you think I'm wrong? You think he should be higher or lower?
I think he should be higher. I still have Lamar at 2-1, and only because I know the last couple games with the struggles, but he still got 38 touchdowns. Josh Allen got 27, and their numbers are very, very close, like kind of even overlapping. And we beat the shit out Josh Allen last year and this year. And I'm a rock on my nigga.
3,023 5.
I'm a rock on my nigga. You could go on NFL.com because they got him ranked. Lamar number 2. Patrick Mahomes is number 6. Sam Darnold not even on the motherfucking list. It's Saquon and Derrick Henry. So if you really
and Derrick Henry lost it to me, but I put J. Lou, how you feel about me having Lamar right there? And number 3.
I probably have him at 2.
Thank you. And he don't like the Ravens.
Yeah, but I respect him. Like when you was, there ain't no threat, so I respect him.
Yeah, I'm glad you admitted it.
Yeah, I said.
So at number 2, number 2, I got Josh Allen, and I gave you all my reasons for having him at number 2. And I think for the most part, y'all agree. I think that there's a Lamar Josh battle right there, but I have Josh winning that battle. And I guess I'm out on a limb by myself. But there is one player who has dominated every single game he's played this season. There is one player that has been the difference in the team that didn't achieve its potential last year and is now achieving its potential this year. There is one player who's on the verge of breaking a total season-long record this year. And that the only player that is in position to do that is Saquon Barkley. Now, he's going to help me with my fantasy league. I got him number 1. And I know it's a quarterback award, so to speak. But no, I'm changing that. When he breaks Eric Dickerson's record that's been there since 1984, before either one of y'all was probably born, we're going to give him his credit. I was there in 84. I seen where Eric Dickerson broke the record. I was there.
I'm not going to argue that.
You ain't going to argue that I was there? Or that
no, I'm not gonna argue. That.
We all know you was we all know you was there, New.
Yeah, I'm gonna argue. I mean, the only person I will put over him is still Lamar because we all know that it is a quarterback award, right? It's very rare, so it's still gonna be Lamar for me. But Saquon, if he breaks the record, I do think he should get it because it's a record that have been there forever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if the NFL don't give it to him, they playing in our faces. But if he don't, I still think it goes to my nigga. The first MVP, the unanimous one, and the one last year, his numbers are blowing those numbers out this year. So why that can't be an argument for number one? I'm
He ain't got the
biased.
wins to go with it.
I ain't
But
gonna lie.
we know you're biased. We know
You
you're
know, I'm
biased.
biased. But I
But
will
they're
put Saquon at number 2 because every year Lamar in MVP talks, all the Josh Allen fans want Josh Allen to win it, and he never has. And he ain't gonna do it this year either.
and neither is Lamar. It's the reason Michael Jordan didn't win that 6
cool.
MVP
If Saquon
against
get
Karl
it,
Malone.
cool.
So,
Well, yeah.
so J. Lou, what you think about the top of the list with Saquon?
I think Saquon only gets it if he breaks the record.
That's it. That's what
I
I
don't
said.
I don't think he can get it any other way.
He's on pace to break it. He's on pace. And we don't know he will do it. That's a whole other question.
Yeah,
the trajectory.
That's why I think he has to break it. You know what I'm saying? For him to do it. I think it's gonna be some voter fatigue for Lamar since he already have a couple. They're gonna say, hey, do he deserve to? I think it's gonna be in that realm, like, hey, this supposed to be Josh Allen's. You know what I'm saying? And I think the numbers, and sometimes numbers lie. I think sometimes numbers lie. Like they're gonna look
when
at
they
it
don't
and
work
like,
out in your
hey,
favor, they lie.
Huh?
Because
when they don't work out for you, they lie.
No, I'm saying like
supposed to be. It is what it is. It
no,
ain't supposed to be.
They're gonna look at the team around them. They're gonna say, okay, Lamar, you got arguably the second best running back in the league. It's easier for you to throw touchdowns when you got people dropping in the box. So I think they're gonna look at Allen like, hey, he lost Stephon Diggs. He don't have a wide receiver that we can name. He dealt with a lot of injuries at tight end. We think this is his year. This is his best year. So I think they're gonna put him ahead and because of that. So that's why I kind of got him as the number one. I'll probably put Saquon number 2. Like I think Saquon, Lamar 2, 3. If Saquon breaks the record, that's the only way he can get it. Donald 4. 5. I would probably still lean Derrick Henry
Mahomes.
over. I would probably still lead Derrick Henry over Mahomes right now.
He didn't. Derrick Henry's play is falling off, and I respect King Henry.
That's the
biggest
coach's fault.
Cowboy regret.
His play not falling off. It's John Harbaugh.
His yards per carry is the truth. Like if they give him the fucking ball, they might have 2 more wins.
It's the coaching.
Yeah, like that.
But
if we don't run, we don't win.
That's the game.
Yeah,
and if you don't win, you don't get the stats.
And I like Mahomes, but I think 20 to 11 touchdown interception ratio. That's not good. Like I don't, what I'm saying? Like if we, I'm like that's like Mahomes, that's like Jameis Tampa numbers.
No, it's not. Jameis numbers were way worse. Now the thing with Jameis, he had 40 touchdowns and 29 interceptions. So it looked like, but look at all of his touchdowns. But he had so many interceptions. If Jameis was doing 20 and 10, he'd still be in Tampa.
Extrapolate that number out for Mahomes. You said 40. You said 40 and 29.
Mahomes,
he's at 20 and 11.
Mahomes will be double. He will double his touchdowns to interceptions. He would double his touchdowns to interceptions.
A 2-to-1 touchdown interception ratio is not
That's
good.
Better. It's better than Jameis Winston, though. Is my point.
Yeah.
My only point is it's better than Winston. I don't have another point.
I agree, but I'm just saying it's closer to Winston than every other quarterback.
Actually, it's closer to every other quarterback. The only quarterbacks who don't really throw picks.
I agree.
I disagree. I disagree with you.
That Mahomes is the number 1 quarterback in the league. What I'm saying is his numbers don't justify an MVP run right now.
It don't.
They just don't. Like wins and losses.
The 5 spot, not the top spot, not the 2, not the 3, not the 4.
He said he at number 6, nigga, and Derrick Henry at 5. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Bro, he's literally, when I'm looking at the NFL.com numbers, that's what it is.
I got a woman I'm talking to.
I would have golf.
You didn't even say golf.
Yeah, I would have
His numbers,
Ball.
his numbers are paltry. His numbers are
I would
paltry. They're
have.
very pedestrian.
He
I
still
would
got the
have
He's
best.
Ball.
winning.
He
He's
still got the
winning
best
because of
record.
those true running backs in the
No,
defense. His
Like, so
false
how can
numbers
you say? How
are
can you say
pedestrian.
that? Because
I
you're
would.
making
I would.
excuses.
I would have
Patrick
And
Mahomes
Ball.
has more yards.
Mahomes winning because of the defense and the
He got
run.
the Mahomes has more yards and more touchdowns
And
than
more
golf.
interceptions.
Who got the best? Who got the best other best record though? Even though I feel like they ain't really play nobody, but
Who?
we gotta give. I'm talking about the Lions. They ain't really play nobody, but we gotta give them some.
But see, my thing. But they, you
I
know what
mean,
it is.
Baker beat them. That's it.
But they beat the brakes off of people though. See, like I think you know, like if you ain't play
Except for
nobody,
us.
if you ain't play nobody and you beat the brakes off of them, I give you, you know what I'm saying. I still give you the credit.
Lamar beat the brakes off of both of them niggas, Josh and Jared. So what y'all saying?
Yeah. Yeah, oh, look at you taking up for Lamar. Y'all, that's so cute.
I'm always gonna take up for Lamar because he the most hated. He got the least room.
Don't nobody hate.
Room.
That's
yes,
a that. Don't
he got the
nobody
least
hate.
room for
Don't
mistakes.
nobody hate Lamar. Y'all got that.
Everybody hate
Y'all put
Lamar.
that shit in y'all
He got
head.
the least room for mistakes. When he do something wrong, all right, when Dak do something wrong or Cooper Rush do something wrong, they go straight to McCarthy. When Lamar do something wrong, you don't hear nothing about John Harbaugh, bro. Not a goddamn thing. And y'all both know I'm right on that.
Well, y'all
John
fired
Harbaugh
like
don't be fucking up.
You fired like 3 straight offensive coordinators. I think that means
What are you
that
talking about?
when
We
how
had
many
Greg
offensive
Roman.
coordinators have got and you fired them? So that means that
we
it was
had
a
Greg
punishment.
Roman for years, and
Yeah,
he
Roman
was terrible. We had Monken. We've only had Greg and Monken for between the last couple of years. What you talking about?
Okay,
The defensive coordinator we didn't fire. He left and became the Seattle's coach. That's why defense was sucking.
Lamar the truth, but you know, look, man, he got one the big one. Like, look,
to the
I know this.
playoffs.
I know.
So
I know
does
this.
Josh Allen. Has Josh Allen beat Patrick Mahomes when they counted?
Yeah, but
it's the
you know
same
what
argument because before he even gets to the Ravens, he gotta beat Josh Allen.
Katie, let's just be honest then. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep it real? You want to keep it real?
Keep it real.
Lamar stats was some shit in the playoffs when he played them.
Play who?
Everybody he lost to. His playoff stats is horrible. And I'm a Lamar Jackson fan. Like they are horrendous though. Like I feel bad. Like I'm like you go to the offs and
they
change your
horrendous,
whole.
but we won every game until we got the Mahomes.
That was just last year. He usually lost every game in the playoffs until like last year.
And then he was injured. He was injured 2 times, and we didn't even make it those times.
We're gonna go to Baltimore.
I mean, I'm just saying, if Mahomes is his kryptonite, then so is Josh Allen's too, though.
No, I agree with that. But
that's all I'm saying.
But Allen played.
The only issue is
he played great.
Lamar's kryptonite has been more than just Patrick.
You said what?
That's the problem. Lamar's kryptonite is playoffs. It ain't Patrick. It's playoffs.
I won't say it's playoffs.
And he got the skill
set.
Like he got the skill set.
I won't say it's playoffs. I still think it's sometimes about play calling. And that's why I'm not a big John Harbaugh fan.
I agree with that. Like sometimes
because
the play caller
it's fact.
Sometimes the play caller gotta bail you out. Like even last year, like even without Derrick Henry, y'all could run the ball. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Derrick Henry is a great addition, but Gus that was in you know what I'm saying? Like y'all running back last year was great. Like you know what I'm saying? Y'all never had a problem running the ball. It's just y'all had a problem.
That's why the Chargers doing good because they got him now. Like it's the same run defense basically. So at the end of the day, I know his numbers are what his numbers is. He's still an MVP even with those numbers. And the only person I'm giving kryptonite to is the Steelers and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, we bullies though, so we apologize.
I mean, y'all bullies, y'all all right, but y'all know who the threat is. Just make sure y'all win all these games coming up.
Hey.
All right, so and speaking of these games coming up, I want to just real quick because I told y'all we get off and it'll be a 17-hour podcast.
KD started that shit.
So I did.
She started that shit.
Y'all not gonna talk about my nigga and think I ain't gonna say nothing though. It's gonna be like this every show.
KD and Lamar's mother always starting shit when somebody mention them. Anytime somebody say something, his mom and KD got something to say.
Every
That's true.
time.
I always got the smoke.
Real quick. We're gonna do this in 1 to 2 sentences.
Okay.
Looking to NFL next week, I have the Bills versus the Lions game as being a real test.
Okay.
I want to see if the Bills are ready to take the next step, and I want to see if the Lions are resilient enough to overcome all the injury. Right now, I'm giving the NFC to the Eagles because the Lions are just too banged up. And are the Bills going to do what they do every year and then lose in the playoffs? That's what I'm looking for this week. KD, I'm going to throw it to you.
So I'm just glad you said they lose in the playoffs all the time. So they just Lamar. But like that's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know. I got the Lions winning the game just because I feel like they got the two explosive, Sonics over there. I got them winning it, and I think Jared Goff is just a little bit. I don't know. It's hard because Josh Allen. The one thing I would say that I give him a lot of credit for is he do whatever it takes to win the game. That's it, and he gonna put his body on the line. And I know it's injuries. Sometimes I wish Lamar do that, like do whatever it takes, run it, do whatever the fuck it takes. And Josh Allen does do that. I don't know if Goff does it. So it's going to come down to that. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Right. I like that game. I'm, obviously, not to appear biased, but I think the Pittsburgh Philly game is going to be one that sticks out because I think, Pittsburgh, I think we at the level where like these next 3 weeks, we got like a real tough schedule coming up. So now we want to see like, all right, who we are, who we going to be going into the playoffs. Can we take that next step? Or are we the kind of, the same team that can kind of scrap and get there, but not do nothing? So I think this is the time for us to kind of wake up. I think Philly is on that cusp. Like, hey, can they compete with Detroit? They got a little turmoil with AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts. So, we ain't about to let, Saquon, run for 200-300 yards. So can't ask Derrick Henry, could he do it, KD? But like I was saying,
it don't matter. Y'all just gonna lose because y'all just gonna get field goals, no touchdowns.
Oh, ain't that sweet?
That's what's gonna happen.
That's gonna be the game.
That's what happens.
I think those two gonna be the games though. Like the Philly and Pittsburgh games to see who's gonna take that next step. Like are one of these teams competitive for the Super Bowl? I think that's what they fighting for. Detroit and Buffalo, I think is, Like I think Detroit already like, hey, we a Super Bowl contender, but can we like let everybody know, like, look, y'all might as well not even show up when y'all get here in the playoffs with us. This is what we about to beat the. So I think it's two statement games, and to be honest, I don't think we had none this last week. Like I don't think we had no, no top tier.
The only reason I didn't pick y'all game, I knew you was gonna pick it. But I'm glued to the TV on that game. Glued.
If y'all get one touchdown, y'all can win the game. But y'all got to get one touchdown. Y'all can't all just get field goals. That's all.
We don't play Baltimore every week. So you know what I'm saying?
The first game of the season wasn't Baltimore. It was all touchdown. It was all field goals.
Yeah, I'm talking about that game. I'm talking about
he forgot about that game. It was so long ago, but I remember. It was
a long time ago. I'm talking about when we had Russ though.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But all right.
Yeah. Lamar lost.
We playing the Giants, so that ain't nothing.
What we played that.
I was saying we beat the Steelers too. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, y'all did. I saw that. It was a terrible game, and they still won.
I know.
Before Dak got hurt, you know what I'm saying? If y'all lost y'all quarterback, y'all, I was y'all.
Was y'all did y'all get disqualified from the playoffs yesterday?
No.
So,
unfortunately,
he playing in your face, but I'm gonna let him do this since he wanted to play him earlier.
No. Because KD.
I wanted us to lose out. I wanted us to lose out and get Shador and Dion. I'm mad.
He goes to the Raiders.
Shador went to the Raiders.
Shador goes to the Raiders.
Because KD a real fan. Knew. Did you cry when Micah cried? Did you feel the pain? I feel like KD cried when Lamar cried. Did you cry when Micah cried on the
I ain't
sidelines?
crying.
Nah, I don't
The
see no
last
tears.
time I cried was Kobe.
That was the last time I cried too.
We all cried. We all cried.
Not his death. I'm talking about like when they got swept. Him and
Oh.
Shaq. That was the last time I cried.
Yo, I was so pissed at that.
I was on the phone 2:00 in the morning with my cousin crying. That's the last time I cried.
I don't think I've ever cried for sports.
Well, you're a Cowboys fan, so
Yeah, I had a lot of good moments.
you got a lot of bad ones too.
Yeah, when you was young.
Oh, 1-15. The only game we won was the Redskins. I cried. But I cried tears of joy because we beat them. At least we beat somebody. But I do want to thank y'all for tuning in this week to the inaugural episode of Kickback Sports. It looks way different than it did before, and it looks way better. And that's because of me and my hair. It's luxurious, bitches. It's luxurious. And KD too, I guess. Whatever. But I do want to thank y'all. And I look forward to bringing you content. We're gonna do this for y'all.
I love y'all, but both of y'all suck. Y'all try to talk. Y'all try to jump on my nigga.
Yeah.
That was all J. Lew. That was all J. Lew.
And I meant everything I said.
Hey, Lamar.
Just hold on to that when y'all take this L.
Yeah, that's all right.
KD, this is what I'm gonna prepare you for. I want you to really be prepared because I've seen the future. As my tag name says, Nostradamus. Lamar Jackson is amazing. He is going to be one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. Do you know who his comp is? Who his person to compare to is? Nobody will say this because they play different styles. But if you look at what they do in a regular season, you look at what they do in the playoffs, his name is Lamar Payton. Or Lamar Manning. He is the Peyton Manning of this generation.
It took him a while. He had a lot of MVPs.
Yeah, a lot of MVPs, a lot of regular season wins, 1 or 2 wins.
Until the end. I get it.
Yeah. I think, look, with Derrick
I just
Henry,
need him to get one. That's all I need him to get.
with Derrick Henry, I think if they get to the playoffs and they don't give him the ball, I think
then it's going to be a problem.
Baltimore will riot. Like it ain't new.
And John Harbaugh's still going to be there.
I ain't talking to KD, but them Baltimore people is a little, they're a little cuckoo. Like if
he don't, one of them.
Especially right up there.
If they don't hand Derrick Henry the ball in the playoffs, they will riot.
They would need
John
to.
Harbaugh's still going to have a job, so it don't matter.
I think the pressure of getting, of them not running the ball is going to get to him. Like I think they're going to make a concerted effort. He'll get the ball 25 times just cause. And sometimes you need that. Peyton did the same thing. Like if you see the Peyton run, they was giving the ball to a die so many times, it was ridiculous. Because they was just like, all right, we have to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes public pressures, works.
And his win in Denver was mostly running. He wasn't passing like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the first year when they didn't make it to the Super Bowl, he broke the passing record. But when they won, they was running. Defense.
Same way,
you know what, J. Lew? You ain't that bad, J. Lew. You ain't that bad. But this nigga, you ain't that bad. You ain't that bad. But woo! It's cool now. The Cowboys still gonna be losing, so he feels.
You know what? Cut her mic off. How do we cut her mic off?
At least we winners, J. Lew. At least we winners.
Hey, look.
Well, we got 5 rings. How many of y'all got in Baltimore?
We got 2.
Say it for me. No. Say it the right way.
How long has your team been around? My team only been around since '98. So you gotta. You know what I'm saying?
Time out. Say it the right way.
When the last time you won?
How many you got?
When the last time you won? When was the last time you won? That's all next to you.
The last time they won when they had crackheads on the team.
Because I was probably like 6 or 7 maybe.
Maybe.
I was an adult when the Ravens won, but okay, go ahead.
Who y'all think gonna win the ring next between our three teams? Who got the best chance of winning it next?
Ours.
Neither one of y'all winning this year.
It don't gotta be this year, but I still got Steelers or Ravens winning it before you.
Next year,
I got every other team winning it except for Carolina.
And this is me being unbiased. I think Baltimore has the team to do it. I think, you know what I'm saying, like Russ is like an anomaly. Like we got to see which Russ shows up. Baltimore has the team. Baltimore has the team.
The thing is this, Jay Lew,
he's allergic to the playoffs.
The thing is this, John Harbaugh make the worst decisions, and it hurts us every fucking time.
Yeah.
Lamar Manning.
Period.
It's the same thing.
If Tomlin had our team, and if Tomlin had Lamar, Tomlin would have did what it was supposed to do.
If Tomlin had my team, we would be winning.
If Jim Harbaugh even had the team, he's way more aggressive. He could even probably still do it.
If the Cowboys had John Harbaugh instead of Mike McCarthy, we'd be winning.
So y'all just look. Man.
Well, the problem is not your coach. The problem is your owner. And until he dies, there's nothing you're gonna do. And when he died, his son is like the carbon copy of him. So you could jump on another bandwagon, or you could die with your team when you die, because that's the last time you'll probably never see them win one.
We're gonna drop the mic on that one, because when the truth is being spoken so eloquently, there's really nothing to follow it up. Jerry sold the team to me, or Jay-Z. And Jay-Z innocent, by the way. But I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Kickback Sports. We will be coming to you a few times a month. It's going to be a surprise. We'll give you a heads up. But I want to thank Jay Lew for being here tonight. I want to thank KD for being here tonight. This is what I envisioned, and I think it's as good as advertised. And everybody, go tell everybody to make sure you watch this, because you got First Take. There's no more Undisputed. But we got all these different podcasts, all these different shows, but it's not one quite like this. Not quite like this. So Kickback Sports on the No Breaks Network. A partner in Kickback on the No Breaks Network. I am No Breaks New. That is KD. That is Jay Lew. Draw for, skip you, reverse you. Uno. The color is purple for the Ravens. We out. Jab.